looking at CMC Holdings receiving a order from government in terms of vehicles. Well, that's likely to boost profits going forward.
A very good afternoon to you, Mashudu. Yes, indeed, CMC is reported to have clinched a substantial government order, especially in this particular year relating to the coming year's elections. And it actually tends to relate to supplying of 4x4 vehicles to help get out ballot boxes and so on. So this is really good news for CMC. Unfortunately, the company is still suspended from trading at the Nairobi Stock Exchange, but this particular transaction is definitely going to increase the company's revenues and bottom line at that. But what it means for CMC is that unfortunately at this point, despite this very good news, the shareholders still cannot trade the stock. There's still lots of court challenges regarding the directors and the CMA suspension of the stock.
Indeed, a lot of uncertainty surrounding CMC at this stage. But when you look at a company like Kenya Power releasing some rather positive full-year results, we had a pre-tax profit jumping by 36%. Are those the kind of results that you had expected to come out of this company?
Yes, for Kenya Power, they did release some very good results. The profit after tax was up 9% for the year ended June 2012. The revenues were absolute stellar, and the cost containment for the company was pretty good, with the exception of the financing cost regarding the interest expenses. But that is something that has been general across the market because of the initial period of the year where the interest rates were particularly high. So for Kenya Power, their revenues are continuing to grow, their connections and to consumers are continuing to grow, and we do see a lot of good favorable cost containment. Now, I actually cannot talk about Kenya Power without mentioning a quick word on Umeme, which is the company that does the same service over in Uganda, and they have an IPO in progress, seeking to raise about $69 million. And really, most of it is actually going to pay out a substantial shareholder loan to Actis Capital. So all in all, in the energy field, a lot of opportunities, a lot of capital raising, because it's very, very capital extensive sector, and we do expect to see continued growth as the entire of Africa steps up and develops further.
You seem to be quite positive on Kenya Power right now. What are you doing with the stock?
Yes, I think Kenya Power continues to be a buy. Unfortunately, year to date, it's only been up about 5%. On the day, it closed at about 18 shillings, but it really is a very promising stock. And going forward, the real concern only for Kenya Power relates to this fuel cost containment, because a lot of the thermal power that Kenya Power actually puts out to supplement the hydropower and the geothermal power they have is really from the fuel driven, and the costs as far as the international crude prices are concerned really tend to fluctuate quite a bit. But over the past year, they did manage to put that cost under, to contain that particular cost. And I still see a very bright future for Kenya Power.
I'm not sure if you've had a look at these results, but just out housing finance reporting some results. We're seeing a 3% drop in a pre-tax of profit. Really hurt, the company really hurt by bad loans. Is that the kind of results you were expecting to come out of housing finance?
Well, yes, indeed. Housing finance really has been hit hard by the very high interest rate environment. A lot of mortgages getting to the water, a lot of people not really being able to fork out that additional increase in terms of the mortgage payments. The company had increased their mortgage rates to over 23%, and that really did not augur too well for consumers. But all in all, because of the thriving housing sector, the thriving real estate sector, most had really expected housing finance to at least just be flatline, bring out flatline results. I actually haven't had a look at those results yet, but housing, I'm slightly disappointed by that.